The Zephyrian High Command had seen many species attempt diplomacy over the centuries. They had crushed the metallic Chronites with their superior firepower, humiliated the gaseous Viridians with their tactical brilliance, and conquered 17 star systems through sheer military might. But humans were new to the galactic stage, and the Zephyrians found them amusing. Ambassador Ana Martinez stepped off the diplomatic shuttle onto the obsidian deck of the Zephyrian dreadnought, Dominator's Fist. Behind her walked a figure that immediately drew snickers from the assembled alien warriors. Helen Rodriguez, a compact woman in simple black tactical gear, her hand resting casually on what appeared to be an archaic projectile weapon. "Is that supposed to be your protection, Ambassador?" General Vextar's voice rumbled through his translation device, his forearms gesturing dismissively at Helen. A single female with a primitive kinetic weapon? The assembled Zephyrian officers, each standing nearly 8 feet tall with chitinous armor naturally grown from their exoskeletons, clicked their mandibles in what served as laughter. Their weapons were energy-based, capable of vaporizing a human-sized target instantly. Their armor could deflect anything short of a starship's main cannon. This small human woman looked like a child playing dress-up. Anna maintained her diplomatic composure as they were escorted to the war room. "General Vextar, we've come to discuss terms for ending this conflict. Humanity seeks peace." "Peace?" Vextar's compound eyes gleamed. "You will have peace, the peace of the conquered. Your primitive species has 3 standard days to surrender completely, or we glass your homeworld and every colony you've established." The holographic display showed the Zephyrian fleet, over 300 warships surrounding Earth's solar system. It was an overwhelming force, one that humanity's modest fleet of 40 ships couldn't hope to match in direct combat. "However," Vextar continued, "I am curious about your species. I've heard tales of human resourcefulness. Perhaps we could arrange a demonstration. Your bodyguard against my champion, warrior Kethmok." Kethmok stepped forward, a monster even by Zephyrian standards, standing 10 feet tall with battle scars crisscrossing his carapace. His forearms each held a different weapon, and his natural armor bore the marks of 100 victories. The other officers clicked excitedly. This would be entertaining before they proceeded with the slaughter. Helen spoke for the first time, her voice calm and level. "What are the stakes?" "Stakes?" Vextar was amused. "If by some miracle you defeat Kethmok, I will listen to your ambassador's terms. When you lose, we broadcast your death across human space to demonstrate their helplessness." Anna started to object, but Helen raised a hand. "I accept." They cleared a circle in the center of the war room. Kethmok flexed his forearms, each weapon humming with deadly energy. The assembled officers formed a ring, their clicking growing louder in anticipation. "Begin," Vextar commanded. Kethmok charged immediately, his 4 weapons firing simultaneously, plasma bolts that would have reduced a human to atoms. But Helen wasn't there anymore. She moved like liquid shadow, her body seeming to bend physics as she flowed between the energy blasts. Her hand finally drew her weapon, not the primitive firearm the Zephyrians expected, but something that made their translation devices stutter and fail to identify. What Helen held was humanity's most closely guarded secret. A weapon that didn't just fire projectiles but fired possibilities. Each shot was a quantum bullet that existed in multiple states until it found its target, making it impossible to dodge or block because it hit before it was fired. The first shot removed Kethmok's primary weapon arm. The second shot, fired before the first had even registered, took out his second arm. The third and fourth shots happened simultaneously, targeting his remaining limbs with surgical precision. Kethmok collapsed, alive but completely disarmed, in under 3 seconds. The war room fell silent except for the faint hum of ship systems. But Helen wasn't finished. As the stunned Zephyrians processed what they'd witnessed, she had already moved to the room's main tactical console. Her fingers danced across the interface. Another human secret, their ability to interface directly with any computer system through quantum entanglement implants. "What are you?" Vextar started. Every screen in the war room lit up with new information. Fleet positions, command codes, tactical assessments, but not Zephyrian data. Human data. The 300 ships surrounding Earth weren't facing 40 human vessels. They were facing 4,000 ships that had been hidden in quantum fold space, each one equipped with the same impossible weapons technology that Helen carried. "You wanted a demonstration," Anna said quietly. "Consider this humanity's opening statement in negotiations." The tactical display showed the truth that made every Zephyrian in the room step backward in shock. Each of their ships was already targeted by multiple human vessels that existed in parallel dimensions, ready to phase into normal space at a moment's notice. But the most terrifying revelation was yet to come. Helen's fingers continued working, and suddenly the Zephyrians could see through human quantum sensors. Every Zephyrian world, every military installation, every hidden base throughout their empire was mapped and targeted. "The interesting thing about humans," Anna continued conversationally, "is that we're very good at appearing weak when we're actually incredibly strong. We've been studying your species for 50 years, ever since your first scouts entered our space. We know everything about you, your technology, your tactics, your weaknesses." Vextar's mandibles clicked nervously. "This is impossible. Our intelligence indicated—" "Your intelligence indicated exactly what we wanted it to indicate," Anna interrupted. "Every bit of information your spies gathered, every assessment your scouts made, was carefully crafted to make you underestimate us." Helen holstered her weapon and turned to face the assembled officers. "The woman you were laughing at? I'm not just Ambassador Martinez's bodyguard. I'm Commander Rodriguez, head of Human Special Operations. This diplomatic mission was my idea. The implications hit the Zephyrians like a physical blow. This entire war, their confident advance on human space, their overwhelming show of force, all of it had been anticipated and planned for. So here are your options," Anna said, resuming her diplomatic tone. "You can continue this war and lose everything, or you can accept our terms for peace. You have 5 minutes to decide." General Vextar looked at his tactical officers, seeing his own shock reflected in their compound eyes. The most advanced military force in 3 sectors had been completely outmaneuvered by a species they had dismissed as primitive. What are your terms?" he asked. Anna smiled. "Immediate withdrawal from human space, establishment of formal diplomatic relations, and a non-aggression pact. In exchange, we'll share some of our quantum fold technology and establish mutually beneficial trade agreements." "You would share technology after we threatened your homeworld?" "That's what civilized species do, General. They find ways to benefit each other rather than destroy each other." Vextar looked around the war room one more time, taking in the displays showing his empire's complete vulnerability, then at the small human woman who had rendered their greatest warrior helpless in seconds. "I accept your terms, Ambassador." As the Zephyrian fleet began its withdrawal and the first interstellar peace treaty between their species was drafted, General Vextar couldn't help but ask one final question. "How long have you been planning this?" Anna and Helen exchanged a glance, and Anna smiled. "Since the moment we detected your first scout ship entering our space. You see, General, humans have a saying, speak softly and carry a big stick. You just spent the last few minutes learning exactly how big our stick really is." The war that was supposed to end human expansion into space instead marked the beginning of humanity's emergence as a major galactic power. And it all started because they laughed at a diplomat's female bodyguard. They would never make that mistake again.